Hello everyone, I am K. Ambika Achari, TGT SST of OAV Hatioto, Ganjam. Welcome to my class. This is the part 2 of class 8 history chapter. Chapter number 2, From Trade to Territory. The company establishes power. Here is the episode number 2, Trade in Bengal. From 1651 to 1696, the period of establishments of British East India Company in Bengal. The company begins its trade from Bengal. In 1651, the first English factory was set up on the banks of the river Hooghly. This was the base from which the company's traders, also known as factors at that time, operated the trade. This factory had also a warehouse where goods for export were stored and also had offices where the company officials worked. As gradually the company's trade expanded, the company merchants and traders also settled down near the factory. And by 1696, the company began building a fort around that settlement. After 2 years, that is 1698, the company bribed Mughal officials and got zamindari rights over 3 villages, Sultanati, Gobindapur and Kalikata. One of these was Kalikata, which later grew into the city of Calcutta or Kolkata as it is known today. It also persuaded the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb to issue a firman granting the company the right to trade duty-free. Here firman means a royal edict or a royal order. See, within a short period of time, that company expanded its trade and also got immense rights over the Indian territories. Though it was a foreign company, but still the company wanted more concessions on trade. Aurangzeb's firman granted the right to trade duty-free, but it was applicable only for the company's traders. That means the company officials, those who were carrying on private trade on side, were expected to pay duty, but they refused to pay that duty too. And this caused an enormous loss for revenue for Bengal. Here, a question should be in our mind, that how could the Nawab of Bengal, who was Murshid Quli Khan at that time, not protest? The historical drama in Indian history, the Battle of Palasi. Before entering into the battle, let's light on the background story of this battle. As I told you in my first video of this chapter, after the death of Aurangzeb, the Bengal Nawabs also asserted their power and autonomy. By the early 18th century, when the company officials refused to pay the duty on private trade, the Nawabs of Bengal opposed it. Now let's see some of the strong rulers of Bengal of that time. Murshid Quli Khan, the first Nawab of Bengal, serving from 1717 to 27. He was followed by Alibardi Khan, serving from 1740 to 56, and then Siraj-ud-Daulah, the last independent Nawab of Bengal, serving from April 1756 to June 1757. Each of them was a strong ruler. The rulers refused to grant the company concessions, demanded large tributes for company's right to trade, denied any right to mint coins, and stopped the company from extending its fortification. But the company refused to pay taxes, wrote disrespectful letters and humiliated the Nawab and his officials, and declared to enlarge its settlements, buy up villages and rebuild its forts. These conflicts culminated in the famous Battle of Palasi. Siraj-ud-Daulah, Mir Jafar, Robert Clive, Mir Qasim. These are the persons linked with the Battle of Palasi. After the death of Ali Khan, Siraj-ud-Daulah became the Nawab of Bengal in 1756. As I said, he was a strong ruler. But the company was keen on a puppet ruler who would willingly give trade concessions and other privileges. But unfortunately, Siraj-ud-Daulah was not that kind of a ruler. So the company tried to help one of his rivals become the Nawab. That rival was one of his commanders, Mir Jafar. Siraj-ud-Daulah asked the company to stop meddling in the political affairs of Bengal, stop fortification and pay the revenues. But all the negotiations fell down. Then the Nawab marched with 30,000 soldiers to the English factory at Kasim Bazar. There he captured the company officials, locked the warehouses, disarmed all Englishmen and blockaded the English ships. Then he marched to Kolkata to establish control over the company's fort. On hearing this news of attack, the company officials in Madras sent forces under the command of Robert Clive, reinforced by naval fleets. Later on, prolonged negotiations were followed between Siraj-ud-Daulah and Robert Clive, but that didn't work. And finally, it was 1757. Robert Clive, with company's naval force, met with Bengal Nawab Siraj-ud-Daulah and his forces at Palasi. Result of the battle was the company won the battle and the Nawab of Bengal Siraj-ud-Daulah defeated. The main reason of his defeat was the forces led by Mir Jafar, one of the Siraj-ud-Daulah's commander, never fought the battle. Because company had already the support of Mir Jafar by promising to make him Nawab after crushing Siraj-ud-Daulah. This was the first victory of East India Company in India. See you in next class. Thank you for watching it.